Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field, where the Eastview Patriots, coming off of their fourth shutout victory in school history last week against Cedar Creek, is set to play host to the flailing Bastrop Bears in what should be a tremendous bout here in District 13 5A. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Eastview Patriot football here on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside, as always, my broadcast colleague Michael Francis. And Michael, last week, Eastview traveled down the 130 toll road to Bastrop ISD Memorial Stadium to take on Cedar Creek, a Cedar Creek team that at the time was undefeated in district play, and Eastview just completely dominated them on all sides of the ball, coming out of that game with a victory 39-0.
It was an outstanding game by the Patriots and probably the most complete game that I've ever seen them play. They dominated all phases of the game. Special teams, offense, defense. Coach Feacock very happy with what he's seeing from his players right now.
295 yards combined for the entire team on the ground last week. And you spoke with Coach Feacock via email earlier this week, Michael, and he had nothing but good things to say about that offensive line's performance last week.
Oh, he really did. And I'll go over his email to me. The keys for victory this week versus Bastrop: take care of the football, create turnovers on defense, be great on first down on offense and defense, run the ball well, and stop the run. He feels like that if they can take care of these three things first, they give themselves the best chance to win the game. He feels like this team is really starting to come together. Their practice habits have improved every week, and you can see that with the improved play each week. Two big takeaways from last week, Travis, was the way the defense played and the way their offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage. It's old school football. And he said if we can put it together each week, we give ourselves an opportunity to win. Coach McCombs and the defensive staff put together an awesome game plan, and the kids executed well. They ask a lot from their players, and they are rising to the occasion. Last week, you saw the type of defense we want to be known for. Guys flying around and 11 Eastview helmets getting to the football fast. That type of play spills over to everyone on the team. You could see and feel the excitement on our sidelines the entire game. I'm really proud of the offensive line. The entire offense played well, but Cole, Ben, McKinley, Austin, and Israel were the engine. They are well coached, and I do not cut them very much slack. They deserve a ton of credit for last week's win. They know how important they are to the success of this team and have started working to improve each day. With the skilled players we have, they know if they get their job done, we will put points on the board. We still have a ton of work, but right now we are starting to play pretty good football. The road only gets tougher with the teams we have to play, but the goals we set out for this team are still right in front of us, and we control that. I am proud of this football team and this coaching staff.
And speaking of just continuing on and getting victories, it's not going to be an easy path to the playoffs for the rest of the season for Eastview, but they do control their own destiny now, coming into tonight's game with a 2-1 overall district record. Right now, they are currently in fourth place, just all alone. They have the tiebreaker over Cedar Creek based off of the victory last week, as Cedar Creek also has a 2-1 district record. Atop the standings for Eastview, or in front of Eastview, I should say, Brenham coming in at first place in the district, along with Rouse, both with 3-0 undefeated records. Though in district play, those two teams tied for first place. Coming in at third place is Glenn, the Glenn Grizzlies, with a 3-2 overall record and a similar 2-1 record to Eastview in district play. So those two teams will meet that'll be the final game of the season. So we won't get that matchup until about another month or so, Michael. But if Eastview maintains their pace and they come out and, as you say, play Eastview Patriot football, they should be able to secure one of these top 4 spots in the district standings and thus secure a playoff spot.
Well, they do have a tough road ahead of them, and their best competition still lays before them. I mean, you got a very hot Rouse right now that is 4-1 overall and 3-0 in district, and they will be facing Elgin, or not Elgin, but Cedar Creek tonight. So, they'll have a common opponent, and maybe we can look at that after the game tonight and see how it compares how we did versus Cedar Creek last week to kind of get a feel for the offensive power that Rouse has. The other teams that we're looking at, as you mentioned, we still got Glenn. They're still a strong team ahead of us. And we have Connolly, and Connolly's facing Brenham tonight. So we can see how they will do tonight and know how we can look to face them in 3 weeks down the road.
Absolutely. It's all boiling down to, can your team perform the basics? Can your team watch and study film and try to find something that you can use to your advantage when you get out on the field? It's been a little difficult this season than normal just because of all the COVID restrictions and everything, limiting practice time. But the Eastview Patriots, you got to expect that they will be ready, and Coach Fikach will have them ready.
Oh, he definitely will have them ready. Players of the week from last week versus Cedar Creek. Your offensive MVP, the junior, Jerry Barone. The defensive MVP was voted as the entire Patriot defense. Offensive line MVP, McKinley McLaughlin, the senior. Defensive line MVP, the sophomore, DJ Perez. Special teams, the senior, Charles Ross. And the 12th man, also a senior, Cale Barkley.
A lot of familiar names on that list, a lot of new names, but they're coming together as a team, and that showed last week as you read off of Coach Fikach's email. That's the type of defensive performance that they expect to see each and every week here at Eastview High School. As we are almost set for kickoff here, the team captains are meeting in the middle of the field for the opening coin toss. The team captain for Bastrop is number 54, Caden Scott, and the team captain representing the Eastview Patriots is number 59, McKinley McLaughlin.
Well, the other keys you got to look for tonight, with it being homecoming, and it's a red-out homecoming, as the Patriots are decked out in all red unis today, and is keeping your mind off the distractions and keeping your mind on the field. So Eastview won the toss and has chose to defer to the second half, so they will be kicking off to the Bastrop Bears as we get set to get this ball game underway. And
we will take a brief pause as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Please rise for the singing of the national anthem, sung by Eastview choir member McKenna Lang. Please remain standing as the colors leave the field.
Well, Travis, our officials for tonight, as we did receive a list for the first time, and your referee tonight will be Leighton Smith. Your umpire will be John Paddenberg. Your head linesman will be Jason Dush. Your line judge will be Stephen Barbray, and your back judge will be Douglas Gates. Your field judge will be Michael Leva, and your side judge will be Ron Randall. Running the clock will be Jason Adams, and your 25-second clock will be Brian Walker. We thank those gentlemen for taking time out of their hectic and busy schedules to be here and take part in UIL action. Your defensive starters for the Patriots tonight at the corners will be Michael Sedgwick and Carlos Villarreal. Your free safety will be Tyler Wagner. Your strong safety will be Cade Elkins. Weak safety will be Logan Williams. Your linebackers will be Isaiah Quentin Jackson, Thomas Thornburg. Your ends will be Justin Nizer and Aaron Olage. Your nose tackle and tackle will be Vance Hurd and DJ Perez. It's a beautiful night for football here in the state of Texas.
Exactly. Cold front blew in earlier this week and cooled everything down significantly. It was a little too cold for my taste back around Tuesday and even Wednesday, but now we've settled back into, last I checked when I got to the stadium, it was 66 degrees outside. I got to expect that will drop as this game goes on, but crystal clear skies. We've got a full moon directly across from us, hovering over the visitors' stands of GISD Birkelbach Field, and this is what football is all about, really, in the fall.
Well, it's football time in Texas as we're set to get things underway. Emilio Vargas sets up for the kickoff.
Vargas setting up his team, and we are underway here at Birkelbach Field. Eastview versus Bastrop. The kick was about to be taken at about the 30-yard line by Aiden Barger, and he couldn't secure that ball, muffed that return, but the ball ended up going out of bounds, so Bastrop will start out at their own 35-yard line for their opening drive of the night.
Yeah, we are tied in to the stadium feed for our video tonight, so I've noticed a couple of times we've had some technical glitches on their end, but quickly remedied.
And we still have our video camera if worse comes to worse, and we need to utilize it. This will be first down and 10 for the Bastrop Bears. They come out in a shotgun formation with two running backs. It's going to be a handoff to one of the backs, and immediately Eastview's defense swarms, gets great penetration, and brings the running back down for a loss of 2, maybe 3 yards. It was Aaron Olage getting the initial penetration that forced the running back, Demire Thompson, into the backfield, and then it was just a swarm of Patriots after that. This will be second down and long. Second down and 12 officially for the Bears. They're out in the same formation. They send a man in motion from right to left, and it's another handoff to Thompson. Thompson rolls out left, tries to get the edge, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, plus a few more before being shoved out of bounds. Cade Elkins making the tackle for the Patriots there. This will be third down for Bastrop. Third down and 7 officially for the Bears. Bastrop sends a receiver from right to left in motion, and they're going to stack that receiver up and throw, caught at the 45-yard line and shoved out of bounds. Making the catch for Bastrop was Jalen Cavazos, and he was shoved out of bounds by Michael Sedgwick. That's enough for a Bastrop first down, so it'll be first and 10 Bastrop from the Bears' 47-yard line. As they're looking to cross over the 50 into Eastview territory. Same shotgun formation. They're sending the receiver in motion from right to left, and it's a handoff to Thompson, the running back, and Thompson is swallowed up and tackled from behind as he tried to make his way through the hole. Thomas Thornburg making the tackle for the Patriots. And that's just, again, great defensive penetration by the Patriots defense, Michael, getting in there and closing up the holes as fast as they can.
You're seeing them fly all over the field.
1 yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Bears. It's another handoff to the running back, and the running back is swallowed up. This Eastview defensive line is just not going to let anyone get anything going here tonight. On the tackle again, that was Thomas Thornburg yet again.
Loss of a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Back to the original line of scrimmage as well. So if the Patriots defense can get off the field, they'll set their offense up for some pretty good shape. Here we go, 3rd down and 10, Bastrop. Quarterback takes the snap, and he's going to scramble after the pocket collapses. There's no receivers open, and he's going to be tackled almost at the 40-yard line by Thomas Thornburg. But a great run by quarterback Seth Mauser. And we've got a Patriot down on the field following that tackle. That picks up a Bastrop 1st down. But the bigger story is Thomas Thornburg down on the field with an injury. Thomas Thornburg walking off the field under his own power.
You can't keep a tough guy like that down for long.
Hopefully just had the wind knocked out of him. But the bigger story here is that Bastrop converts their 2nd 3rd down in a row and extends this drive, picking up another 1st down. 9:30 and counting to go here. We're scoreless at GISD Birkelbach Field, but Bastrop on their opening possession is driving down the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of Eastview. Mauser takes the snap and hands off to Thompson, and Thompson tries to rush up the middle, and he is swallowed by a gang of Eastview Patriot defenders. Making the tackle for the Patriots was Jason Karanko.
1 yard gain on the play. Karanko on the tackle. We'll bring it 2nd down.
To bring up 2nd down for the Bears. A 1 yard gain on that last run by DeMeyer Thompson. Makes this 2nd down and 9. 15 seconds to go on the play clock for Bastrop. They're just now starting to get set up. And here they go. Mauser in the gun. 2 receivers to his left, and he's going to send one of them in motion from left to right. Mauser's going to take the snap and throw. Immediately caught at the 40-yard line and brought down just shy of the 45-yard line. Making the catch for Bastrop was Jackson Jenkins, the wide receiver. And he is remaining down on the field after taking a, looked like a fairly vicious hit. Gain of maybe 3, and this will set up 3rd down and about 6. As Jackson Jenkins is being tended to close to the Eastview sideline. And just like Thomas Thornburg a couple of moments ago, Jackson Jenkins is up and walking off the field under his own power. Thought for a second he was getting back into the huddle. A couple of substitutions being made for the Bears. DeMeyer Thompson comes back in at running back. Wide receiver Julius Baynard is all alone on the right side. Mauser takes a snap, and it's a screen pass caught by Thompson at about the 42-yard line, and Thompson inching his way towards the 1st down marker.
Looks like he's going to be just short, Travis.
From our vantage point, he looks short. We will see what the referees have to say. No, they are not going to give Bastrop the 1st down. A great screen pass to counter this aggressive Eastview defense by Bastrop. But this will be 4th and inches. from the 31-yard line of Eastview. Bastrop trying to convert on 4th down. It's a handoff to Thompson. Thompson rushes around the left side. He picks up some great blocks. He's down the sideline to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. No flags. DeMeyer Thompson takes it 31 yards to the house.
Well, Travis, the Patriots were blitzing right up the middle, and so they're expecting that run to come right up the gut, and he bounced to the outside, and there was no one there to make the stop. The safety tried to come over from the middle of the field, but could not run him down. The kick is up, and it is good, and the Bears extend their lead 7-0 over your Patriots. We will be back at Birkelbach Field after this message from our sponsor.
Number 24, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. And number 6, Michael Sedgwick.
Welcome back to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, as we're set to get back underway after Bastrop scores on their opening drive.
That's right, Bastrop, DeMeyer Thompson, the running back, with a 31-yard touchdown run just a moment ago. Gives Bastrop a 7-0 lead here with 7:36 to go here in the first quarter. This will be Mekhi Jefferson kicking off for the Bears. Back deep to return for the Patriots, Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Michael Sedgwick. This ball is not going to get anywhere near them. Fair catch is going to be called for and made at the 40-yard line by Eastview's Carlos Villarreal. So Eastview will have some decent field position to work with here on their opening drive of the ball game, and we'll see how this offense responds after racking up 295 yards rushing on the ground last week against Cedar Creek, and of course trailing 7-0 before the offense has even set up on the field. Peyton Adams comes out at quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his right side. Adams takes the snap and hands off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes right. Tries to pick up a big hole, but is tackled after gaining about 2 yards on that carry. This will bring up 2nd down.
Starting offensively for the Patriots is your wide receiver, Emilio Vargas and Michael Sedgwick. In the slot, Jerry Barone, and the H-back, Jacob Martin. Tailback, Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Great read option as the defense saw the handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson coming. Peyton Adams wisely kept it himself and rushes for about an 8-yard gain, maybe a 7-yard gain, I'm sorry. And this will bring up 3rd down and 1. Patriots going hurry up now. Peyton Adams in the gun. He's going to hand the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Quentin Jackson picks up a 1st down and crosses into Bastrop territory as well.
They'll be brought down at 46. That's enough for an Eastview first down.
Patriots continuing to go into their hurry-up mode. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bastrop 46-yard line. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes up the middle, and he'll pick up a nice solid 3, maybe 4 yards. This will bring up 2nd down Patriots, as they're trying to continue their offensive success from last week. It'll be 2nd down and 5, ball on the 40-yard line. Peyton Adams fakes a handoff, throws over the middle, caught at the 30-yard line and to the 20. Making the catch was Jacob Martin. And Jacob Martin picks up a 1st down for the Patriots and moves the chains. Wide open was Jacob Martin there, as before the Patriots can get the ball snapped, referees blow the play dead.
We'll go over the rest of the offense. Quarterback, Peyton Adams. Your left tackle, Cole Smith. Your left guard, Ben Martin. Your center, McKinley McLaughlin. Your right guard, Austin Kane. And your right tackle, Israel Ramirez.
Clock is stopped with 6:05 to go here in the first quarter. Bastrop leading the Patriots 7-0. But the Patriots are driving. Adams comes out in the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Adams takes the snap, hands off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who picks up a hole, gets inside the 10, inches his way to the 5, and is tackled at the 5-yard line. Isaiah Quentin Jackson would not give up. He picked up another first down for the Patriots as well, so this will bring up a 1st and goal situation from the 5. Patriots hurrying up. Isaiah Quentin Jackson rushing off the field. Now Adams, it's a handoff to Marion Brooks, and Brooks rushes his way into the end zone from 5 yards out. The Patriots are a PAT away from tying this ball game up.
Well, that's one of the keys to the game, as mentioned by Coach Feacock, being able to run the ball well. With the exception of the one outside run by Bastrop, they did a great job of shutting down the run on the defensive side of the ball.
How about the Patriots taking only about 2 minutes to march down the field and score, as Emilio Vargas' PAT attempt is up, and it is good. And we're tied once again at 7-all here at Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field. Stay tuned. We'll take a brief commercial break, and we'll have Bastrop's response right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football here on SHN Sports.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas true.
Welcome back, as we're set to get back underway on that touchdown carry by Marion Brooks to get the Patriots on the board, and they made quick work of their first drive, Travis.
Exactly. Only about a 2-minute drive. As you said, Isaiah Quentin Jackson doing a lot of the heavy lifting and then getting the Patriots inside the 5, and then Marion Brooks took over from there as Emilio Vargas' kick is going to be high and flying out of bounds before a Bastrop player has a chance to touch. So a flag comes out, and we should see the Bears start out their second offensive series of the night from their own 40-yard line.
Bastrop elects to take the 5 yards rather than a re-kick.
So this will be 1st and 10 Bastrop from their own 43-yard line. How will the Bears respond on offense after scoring on their opening possession? It's going to be a handoff, rushing right and making his way to the 45-yard line before being brought down. For Bastrop is Aiden Barger. Barger with a 2-yard gain on that run. This will bring up 2nd and 8 for Bastrop. Aaron Olagay making the tackle for the Patriots. Bastrop quarterback Mauser comes back out on the shotgun formation. He's got 3 receivers to his left, and it's going to be another handoff to the back, who dodges a tackle and is brought down shortly after a gain of about 2 yards on that carry. That was Aiden Barger on the carry yet again for the Bears. Isaiah Quentin Jackson making the tackle for the Patriots. This is 3rd down and 6 for the Bears. Ball on the Bears' own 47-yard line. They need to go across the 50 into Eastview territory and make it to the Eastview 47 to pick up the 1st down. And now Mauser takes the snap, looks around. He decides to keep it himself and scramble up the middle, and he's brought down just shy of the 1st down marker. He's about a yard short on that carry. That was the quarterback Seth Mauser on the scramble there. trying to get something going on the ground on his legs. And as Bastrop has crossed over into Eastview territory, they're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's 4th and 1. Mauser now in the gun. He's going to hand the ball off to Thompson. And Thompson rushes around to the right side, bounces off a couple of defenders, and is finally tackled. Did he get the first down, however? That remains to be seen. That was Jerry Barone making the tackle. And indeed, they're going to rule that DeMeyer Thompson was short. That's a turnover on downs. It'll be Eastview ball at their own 49-yard line. So not only did Jerry Barone save that series and get the Eastview defense off of the field, he caused a loss of yardage as well. Great job by Jerry Barone.
It was a great call on the defensive coordinator to spread the field rather than to try to plug up the middle like he did on the previous 4th and 1.
It's going to be a quick pass caught at the 45-yard line, and making his way to the 40 on that catch is Jerry Barone here again, and he picks up a quick first down for the Patriots. Patriots will go into hurry-up mode on 1st and 10. It's a handoff to that's a Marion Brooks. And a Marion Brooks tries to bounce around a defender, but he is tripped up and brought down by Georgetown's Christian Lopez, the linebacker, after no gain on that play. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball on the Bastrop 37-yard line. Eastview in the gun. Adams takes the snap, fakes a handoff, throws left, caught at the 30-yard line by Michael Sedgwick. Michael Sedgwick makes his way to the 20-yard line before being tackled by Bastrop's Dwayne Jackson. But that'll be enough for an Eastview first down yet again. Eastview having no problems moving the chains here tonight on Bastrop's defense, and they're looking to score quickly yet again. 2:51 and counting to go here in the first quarter. Score tied at 7 apiece. Adams on 1st and 10 in the gun. It's a handoff to the back. The back makes it inside the 20. That's a Marion Brooks on the carry. Marion Brooks picks up a short gain of about 3 yards. And they're going to temporarily stop the clock for a Patriot to get off the field, make some substitutions. Marion Brooks will check out. Isaiah Quentin Jackson will check in at running back for the Patriots. Now Adams on 2nd and 7. It's another handoff, this time to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Quentin Jackson barrels his way inside the 15, tries to make it to the 10, and is stopped. Loss of forward progression and a very long, vicious tackle by the linebacker Christian Lopez of Bastrop.
That was a very costly penalty on Bastrop, as he just would not let Quentin Jackson go and then throws him down outside of the field to play. So just a silly, silly penalty.
Isaiah Quentin Jackson lost his forward progression at the 11-yard line, and Christian Lopez kept pushing him back and would not stop until Isaiah Quentin Jackson dropped to the ground. Christian Lopez really wanted to make that tackle, and he will end up costing his defense dearly, as this will set up a 1st and goal situation for the Patriots. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line for the Patriots. Adams takes the snap, hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who makes it to the 5-yard line and is tripped up, trying to rush up the middle, but there were no open holes because the Bears were expecting that run, looked like.
Now, Coach Peacock's doing a great job of spreading the field, mixing the run and the pass.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6, and it's a high snap. Peyton Adams able to pick it up, and he throws it into the end zone, throws it away, actually. The intended receiver would have been Michael Sedgwick, but it was well over his head.
Very heads-up play by Peyton Adams, which we have a substitution in at center right now with McKinley McLaughlin being tended to on the sideline.
Jerry Barone checking out, heading back to the sidelines as well. We've got Emilio Vargas up at wide receiver all the way on the right. Peyton Adams is going to go under center here on 3rd and goal from the 6. He's going to send a couple men in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to Michael Sedgwick. Michael Sedgwick on the jet sweep, finds a hole and gets into the end zone from 6 yards out. Michael Sedgwick gets the second touchdown of the night for the Patriots and the second touchdown on the ground. Boy, the Patriots this season have loved utilizing that jet sweep, and it works wonders when you have a speedster like Michael Sedgwick behind some great blocking by the Eastview offensive line, and that just equals nothing but success. PAT attempt is up, and it is good. So with 1:27 to go here in the first quarter, the Patriots take the lead for the first time this evening. They lead at 14-7 over Bastrop. We'll be right back after these commercial messages, and we'll have Bastrop's response as well. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHM Sports.
You're ready for the future? Because your dream home
is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step,
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Georgetown ISD Berkelbach Field, where the Eastview Patriots have just taken a 14-7 lead over the Bastrop Bears following a 6-yard run into the end zone from Michael Sedgwick on the jet sweep. And now Patriots set to kick this ball off. Back deep to return for the Bastrop Bears at the 10 are Julius Baynard and Demeyer Thompson. And Vargas's kick is going to sail out of bounds, drawing a penalty flag. Went out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So the Patriots will be penalized 5 yards, and the Bastrop Bears will set up shop at their own 31-yard line. So decent field position here. Their last offensive series, Bastrop tried to drive until they were stopped short on 4th and inches in Eastview territory. So a great defensive stand by Eastview. As no, they're not going to take the penalty. They're going to decide to re-kick.
Yeah. Going to make him re-kick. Interesting how they make those decisions, right, Travis? Or one, they'll decide not to take it, and they'll just take the 5-yard penalty.
I think this is a situation where Emilio Vargas might have been fighting for the re-kick with Coach Fekoch, saying, "Coach, I know I can get it to the guy that I want it to. Just give me another chance." Bastrop going to move up a bit as the Patriots are kicking from a different position, 35-yard line, due to the penalty. And Vargas' kick is going to sail into the backfield now, and that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Bastrop's Aiden Barger is not going to have a chance to return that kick, and that'll be a touchback. Bastrop will set up shop at their own 25-yard line.
Now, I think this works in Eastview's favor, Travis, because had they taken the penalty, they would have been up around the 35 instead of the 25.
That's right. Eastview, if you could say anything about Eastview's defense tonight so far, it's been bend but don't break. They're allowing a little bit of yardage for the Bears offensively, but when it comes time, at least on the last drive, they are showing up and making those stops that they need to. Gave up a couple of third down conversions on Bastrop's opening drive, but you always have to have something you can improve upon, you know?
Right.
This will be 1st and 10 Bastrop, ball on their own 25-yard line. Seth Mauser, the quarterback, sends a man in motion, stacks a receiver up on the right side, and it's going to be a fake handoff, and Mauser's going to keep it himself, scrambles left, throws, just throws it out of bounds. No receiver anywhere in sight. Great defensive coverage by the Patriots, keeping all the wide receivers covered and forcing Mauser to throw the ball away.
Well, it was a great job by Isaiah Quentin Jackson to spy the quarterback and keep him from taking it downfield, because that's where the way he was intending to go. So Quentin Jackson forced him to throw it away.
So this will be 2nd down and 10 for the Bears. Mauser comes out in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to his right. They'll send the tight end in motion from right to left, and it's going to be a handoff to the back who has a huge hole and nearly picks up a Bastrop first down. Yes, they are going to give him the first down by 1 yard, so an 11-yard rush by Aiden Barger picks up a first down for the Bears.
36-yard line, first down, Bastrop.
Ball on the Bastrop 36-yard line. It's another handoff to Barger, and Barger is tripped up from behind. That's Isaiah Quentin Jackson with a great tackle on first down. No gain on the play. Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard on that carry. So this will be 2nd down and 11.
1 yard loss on the play. Second down.
Great job defensively by Isaiah Quentin Jackson, using his speed to get into the backfield and trip up Aiden Barger from behind. 2nd and long. Mauser takes the snap, looks around, throws over the middle. It is caught near the 50-yard line and into Eastview territory, brought down at the 45-yard line. Tyler Wagoner making the catch, but it was Lazarus Faz making the catch for the Bears and picking up the first down, a huge first down, and getting into Eastview territory. The Bears are going to go hurry up now. 1st and 10. Mauser is going to hand the ball off. This is Aiden Barger again, trying to rush up the middle. Nowhere really to go, but a solid gain of 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry.
The end of the first quarter.
Indeed, a fast first quarter it has been. After 1, the Patriots lead at 14-7 over the Bears, but the Bears are currently marching. We'll see if they can respond with a touchdown and even up the score just after these messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
Hey, it's Chip from Hewlett Volkswagen. It's that time of year for fall, football, and family. And our family has been making it easy on your family for almost 20 years, like with our new Express online shopping tool, where you can find the perfect Volkswagen fit for your life and budget. This month, save $3,600 on a new 2020 Jetta S. You can drive away in a brand new Volkswagen for under $20,000. We have a lot to choose from. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
We're back here at Georgetown ISD Birkelbach Field for the start of the second quarter. Patriots currently lead it over the Bastrop Bears by a score of 14-7. As Bastrop gets set up to perform their 2nd down play. Quarterback Mauser is going to take the snap, scramble right, throws, caught at the sideline, at the Bastrop sideline by Jalen Cavazos. And Cavazos runs out of bounds right after making the catch. This will bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Bears.
That'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Again, if you're just tuning in, you've missed a heck of a first quarter, and there's plenty more great football to come here throughout this ball game. At the start of the second, this is going to be a handoff to DeMeyer Thompson on 3rd down, and Thompson easily picks up the first down and a whole lot more, crossing the 35-yard line, brought down at about the 33, and he'll move the chains for the Bears. Bastrop going into a little bit of a hurry up now to match the Patriots offensively. It's going to be another handoff to Thompson, and Thompson rolls out to the left side, makes it to the 25-yard line, but is tripped up. I believe that was Cade Elkins making the tackle for the Patriots, and what looked like it was going to be a huge touchdown-saving tackle as well. That was an 8-yard gain, by DeMeyer Thompson. This will bring up 2nd and 2 for the Bears as they continue to hurry up. It's another handoff to Thompson, who rolls right this time and picks up the first down, and is tackled after he crosses the first down line. The referees are going to rule Thompson down by loss of forward progression. I think Thomas Thornburg was the initial Patriot to get contact there.
First down, Bastrop.
So Bastrop temporarily stops play to get instructions from their sideline. 10 seconds to go on the play clock here. 10:46 and counting to go in the first half. Patriots leading at 14-7. Mauser takes the snap, pump fakes, throws right into the end zone, overthrows the intended receiver. That was Julius Baynard. And it looks like that was Carlos Villarreal on the coverage there. And honestly, I think the Patriots are a little lucky that Mauser overthrew the intended receiver, Baynard, because that would have been a touchdown had they been able to connect. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10. Mauser takes the snap, hands off. This is Barger again, and Barger has a huge hole up the middle, makes it inside the 5 before being tripped up by Carlos Villarreal.
Yeah, but I think that one's going to be coming back. Travis, there's a flag thrown right in the middle toward the line, so it appears to be holding.
And it is indeed, so Bastrop will move back instead of moving the chains. That's a 10-yard hold of the 10-yard variety, so this will bring up 2nd down and 20. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 33-yard line as the Bears try to march down the field and tie this ball game up. Mauser takes the snap. It's a handoff to Barger again, and Barger is swallowed up. Thomas Thornburg getting some initial contact there. And yeah, Thomas Thornburg making the tackle as well. No gain on that play, so this will bring up 3rd down and a mile, 3rd down and 20.
Here's where you got to be careful not to give up the big play, Travis. Get them off the field.
Patriots defense desperately needs a stop in order to get off the field, as you said, Michael. And now Mauser is going to take the snap, and he scrambles, throws, caught at the 20-yard line, and tackled at the about the 17-yard line, I should say, is Bastrop's Jalen Cavazos. And so this will set up 4th down and about 4. Now 4th down and 4 for the Bears. Eastview will take their first time out of the ball game with 9:30 to go here in the first half. We'll go ahead and take that timeout with them. We'll see if Bastrop can convert this 4th down here after these messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
Many of us yearn for the glory of the field. To quarterback our team to victory. To catch the game-winning touchdown. But sadly, playing football is hard. What's not hard is getting a great deal on a Chevrolet from Don Hewlett. It's okay, fella. Everyone's a winner at Don Hewlett, but you still stink at football. Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Back here at Birkelbach Field, where the Bastrop Bears, trailing 14-7 against the Eastview Patriots, are facing a 4th down and 4 in the red zone. And if the Bears can convert this and get a 1st down,
Looks like they're going to kick a field goal.
might have been some secondary discussion. Yeah, they are going to kick the field goal. It is up, and it is no good. That was a 33-yard attempt by the kicker, Makai Jefferson.
Well, they had the distance, just a little wide right.
And not as windy as it was last week. In fact, I can look over at the American flag hanging up on the pole and the flags on top of the goal post, and they're not moving at all. So that was all on the kicker as Patriots on 1st and 10. Peyton Adams is going to keep it himself all alone in the backfield. Pick up a 1st down and a little bit more. Peyton Adams using his legs to scramble for a 1st down for the Patriots. But there is a flag all the way back at about the 23-yard line. It's going to be a holding call on McKinley McLaughlin. So instead of moving the chains, the Patriots will move backwards. Patriots get set back up now. It'll be 1st and 17 after the penalty, and it's going to be a handoff to the back. Back makes his way to the 15-yard line before being tackled. So this will be a short gain of about 3 yards. That was a Marion Brooks on the carry. This will bring up 2nd and long. 2nd and 14 to be specific. Adams now on 2nd down. Play action pass. It throws over the middle, and it is caught by Jacob Martin. And Jacob Martin is brought down just shy of the 30-yard line after making the catch at the 25-yard line. So this will set up a 3rd down and very manageable for the Patriots. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 28-yard line. And the Patriots wasting no time getting set back up. Adams takes the snap, and it's a handoff to the back, pushing his way up the middle, trying to get that 1st down. That was Isaiah Quentin Jackson on the carry, and he gained 1 yard on that carry, so this will bring up a 4th and 1 for the Patriots. Patriots are going to go for it. Adams in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. Bastrop sending all of their guys in there. Looks like they might blitz. Almost have a guy in the neutral zone. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Peyton Adams is still looking over for instructions from his sideline. 5 seconds to go on the play clock now. 7:30 to go on the game clock. And the Patriots can't get set up in time. They're going to have to burn their 2nd timeout of this first half.
I'm kind of curious about that. I think what the intent was to try to draw him off sides to pick up that 5-yard penalty and the 1st down. But rather than take that penalty, I think now you're probably going to see him come back out and punt, Travis.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to also try the jet sweep from left to right as they had sent Jerry Barone in motion from left to right before that play was blown dead. Boy, they would have barely gotten the ball snapped off anyway. I think that timeout was called with 1 second left on the play clock. Game clock is temporarily stopped at 7:26 here. Patriots still leading at 14-7. No scores so far in the 2nd quarter. And the Patriots will be punting it away. And it's going to be a fake punt. Isaiah Quentin Jackson takes the ball, and he gets a 1st down, and he's going. He's still on his feet to the 40 to the 45. Finally brought down, but looked like Isaiah Quentin Jackson was going to be gone for a second there on the fake punt attempt.
Now, I'll tell you what, when you've got guys like Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross that can sit back there and punt, both of them have speed, that's what they can do with a 4th down.
So Eastview picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side, and it's going to be a read option play. They see Peyton Adams keeping with the possession of the ball, and Adams is going to be swallowed up by 3 Bastrop defenders, including Christian Lopez and Kef Kellum. They're going to give the credit for the tackle to Sellers, Leon Sellers, one of the defensive linemen for the Bears. And this will be 2nd down and 11 for the Patriots now. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, hands off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who spins around a defender, crosses the 45-yard line, and is tackled at the 47-yard line. Isaiah Quentin Jackson with a solid 3, maybe 4-yard gain on that play. Tackle made by Caden Scott. And this will be 3rd down and 7 for the Patriots. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap and drops back. He looks right, throws right, caught by Jacob Martin across the 50. And Jacob Martin's about 2 yards short of the 1st down marker. He needed to make it to the Bastrop 46-yard line. He only made it to the Bastrop 48. So this will set up another 4th down for the Patriots. It'll be 4th down and 3, and the Patriots are going to go for it yet again. Here's Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side as they go hurry up. 28 seconds and counting to go on the play clock, and there's going to be a massive substitutions here. Looks like the Patriots might be having second thoughts and might be punting the ball away. And they're just going to go ahead and call their 3rd and final timeout of this first half.
I think there's definitely some confusion on what was transpiring right there between the punt team and the offensive unit.
That, and they probably read the Bastrop defense and didn't like what they saw at all.
That is the first time that the Patriots have been stopped offensively tonight. But then again, you have Peyton Adams as the up man and Isaiah Quentin Jackson back to punt. Definitely brings a different dynamic to a punting squad.
Well, Isaiah Quentin Jackson has done very, very well as the punter so far this season. Bastrop is expecting another fake. They're not going to send a player back deep to return. Isaiah Quentin Jackson will be punting the ball away, however. He's going to take a bounce at about the 20-yard line up into the air and is finally downed by Eastview. And the referees are going to roll that ball down at the 20-yard line, so Bastrop will have a 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, seeing some pretty solid football on behalf of the Bastrop Bears tonight, Travis. You know, even though they're 1-4 and 0-3 in district, they're showing they do have some moxie. They've played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, a lot of their losses are, well, they're blowout losses, but again, this is a team that will always have some fight, and Eastview has had some trouble with this same Bastrop Bears squad in the past, as on 1st and 10, it's a handoff to the right to DeMeyer Thompson, and Thompson is just swallowed up in the backfield. Isaiah Quentin Jackson making the tackle. And that's a loss of 1 yard, brings up 2nd and 11 for the Bears here. Seth Mauser now on 2nd down, takes the snap, pump fakes, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield before he can get this ball off. Alessandro Perez is going to be credited for the sack. This will bring up 3rd down and a mile. So 2 consecutive plays for the Bears, 2 consecutive losses of yardage. As the clock continues to tick, we're just a little over 4 minutes to go here before halftime here at Birkelbach Field. Reminder, it is homecoming, so the halftime festivities will be a little longer than normal. As on 3rd down, Mauser takes the snap, rolls out left, and throws, falls incomplete. The pass was intended for Jimmy Mozo, but Mauser kind of led Mozo a little bit, and that ball ended up just falling incomplete without a single player being able to touch it.
You know, Bastrop not even going to take a chance on this one here, Travis. They're back deep in their own end, so they're definitely going to try to punt this one away.
Officially 4th down and 17 here for the Bears. They are going to be punting from the shadows of their own goal post. Back deep to return for the Patriots, Michael Sedgwick. And that punt is going to go Sedgwick's way. Sedgwick's going to take it at the 40-yard line to the 35 to the 30. He's got some space to the 25 to the 20, to the 15 to the 10. A flag comes out, but Michael Sedgwick makes his way all the way to the 5-yard line on that punt return. It will, however, probably be coming back. Michael Sedgwick brought down by Bastrop's. That was Bastrop's Isaiah Herron.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those spot fouls, so it'll be from the spot of the foul.
So the Patriots will move back 15 yards from the spot of the foul. This will effectively put them the line of scrimmage at about the 35-yard line. No, they're going to say the 37-yard line.
That's pretty much about where he received the ball from.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Patriots. Adams comes out in the gun, 2 receivers to his left, 2 running backs flanking both sides, and Adams is going to hand the ball off to a Marion Brooks, and Brooks tries to run around through a hole, loses forward progression. He was stopped there by Christian Lopez, no gain on the play. This will be 2nd down and 10 Patriots. Adams in the gun. Some trickeration there. Adams, play action, throws right, caught at the 20 by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Isaiah Quentin Jackson makes his way to the 15 before being brought down by a duo of Bastrop Bears, including Caden Allen and Conrad Pace. But Isaiah Quentin Jackson more than enough to pick up the 1st down.
Great job by Peyton Adams as he picks up the rush and makes that throw.
A wheel route right there is what they typically call it. This will be a handoff to Marion Brooks on 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Brooks barrels his way towards the 10-yard line. Gain of only 2 on that carry. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. But the Patriots are driving. Patriots will hurry up as well. Adams hands the ball off again to a Marion Brooks, who rushes left and tries to swarm around some defenders. Can't quite get it. He makes it to about the middle of the hash marks. Another solid gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards by Marion Brooks there. This will bring up 3rd down and 5. Ball is spotted at the Bastrop 10. Patriots can get a 1st down by making it to the 5-yard line. And it's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who is swallowed up in the backfield. And that's going to be a huge loss on 3rd down. Making the tackle was Kef Kellum.
Kellum lucky he didn't get a flag thrown on him for throwing him back down again.
Isaiah Quentin Jackson looks like they were going to rule him down by loss of forward progression, as has been the case most of the time tonight. And Bastrop with another series of vicious tackles. They've already been penalized for it once. Loss of 4 on that carry will bring up 4th down and 9, and the Patriots are going to go for it. Shotgun formation for Adams, 2 receivers on each side. Isaiah Quentin Jackson in at running back. Adams takes the snap, looks around, scrambles right, throws into the end zone, falls incomplete. The pass was intended for Emilio Vargas, who was in the end zone. He had a shot at making that catch. It just bounced off of his fingertips.
Turnover on downs. Bastrop will have the ball, 1st down.
And this will be a turnover on downs for the Patriots. Bastrop will take over at their own 14-yard line with 1:19 to go here in the ball game. Patriots leading 14-7, and you got to think the Bears would love to tie this ball game up in the next 79 seconds.
Yeah, definitely you would like to do that and look at this as being a successful 1st half if you can do that.
This will be Mauser in the pistol formation. Mauser hands the ball off to Barger, and Barger rolls out to the right side toward the Bastrop sideline and is brought down by Logan Williams after a solid 6-yard gain on that carry. This will be 2nd down and 3, so a 7-yard gain by Barger. Mauser comes out in the gun, 3 receivers to his left. It's a handoff to the back, and this is Barger again. Barger barrels his way up the middle and picks up a 1st down. He's tackled just shy of the 30-yard line.
Barger on the carry out of the backfield. Tackle made by Villarreal.
Carlos Villarreal making the tackle on that play for the Patriots, but the Bears pick up a 1st down. Just under a minute to go here before halftime. Bastrop with another handoff, this time to Barger. That was DeMeyer Thompson on the carry. He tried to run up the middle towards the left hash mark, picked up a solid 4 yards on that carry. And Bastrop's going to take their first timeout of this 1st half with 46 seconds to go. Patriots leading 14-7.
It's definitely been a tough go here in the 1st half, Travis. Both teams are playing well. They're not playing sloppy. You're seeing good defense on both sides. So it's been an entertaining game, and it's been a fairly even game so far.
Again, none of these victories in this district, despite the records and the overall records, none of these victories are going to come without a cost, or
Right.
they're not going to come easy at all. And I think that's something that Coach Feacock understands extremely well, and that's why he focuses so much on having his players mentally prepared for every ball game, every single week. You're not going to see the Patriots come out tonight and think, hey, next week's a bye week. We'll get to rest and look forward towards the bye week. Mauser on 2nd and 5. Looks right, throws right. He's under some pressure and falls incomplete. This will bring up 3rd down for Bastrop. Clock stops with 42 seconds to go.
Great pressure by the Patriot defense to force him into a throw he wasn't ready to make.
And the Patriots defense able to get a lot of penetration throughout this first half. And it's done wonders for stopping Bastrop's ground game. Here's a handoff to DeMeyer. Thompson to the right, and he's going to lose yardage on this 3rd down carry. Sorry, they're going to rule no gain on the carry.
Should be 3rd and 6. Or 4th and 6, rather. Sorry.
Bastrop's going to let this clock run out, get one final play off. 8 seconds and counting to go here. Play clock is dead. Bastrop now. It's going to be another handoff to Thompson, who has a huge hole on the left side, and Thompson picks up a great block. He's all the way across the 50 to the 40 to the 30 to the 20, and he's tackled just shy of the 20. A touchdown-saving tackle made by Tyler Wagoner. And that should do it for the first half. A great run by DeMeyer Thompson. But they needed to get it into the end zone. As the game clock is dead, the referees are talking things over near the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's halftime. Just issued a sideline warning, and that was all there was to it, Travis. But what an interesting first half of football, and we'll get back to that here in just a moment. We're going to take a moment and recognize our sponsors and let them pay some bills. So you're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. We will be back in just a moment.
At our bank, we believe in doing the right things for the right reasons. For our families, our communities, our future, just like you do. We believe the right thing is more than just a handshake or a promise. It's a relationship guided by honesty and integrity. How can our bank help you?
Thank you for calling our bank. This is Jenny. How can I help you?
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet gonna take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Welcome back to the Georgetown Independent School District Athletic Complex, Birkelbach Field, where your Eastview Patriots are leading the Bastrop Bears 14-7 at halftime. Well, Travis, an interesting half of football so far tonight.
Indeed it was. It looked like we were setting up for a shootout at the end of the first quarter, but things got a little more defensive-minded in the second. A couple of penalties on each side, but 14-7 lead for Eastview here at the break, but Bastrop's giving them about all that they can handle right now.
They definitely are. Eastview comes into tonight. You know, the one thing that has plagued them all season long is having a full, healthy squad. And you see that Charles Ross and Tyreek Styles Obasher are not in the lineup tonight.
Exactly. Again, Coach Peacock mentioned last week in your series of emails with him that the Patriots have yet to play a game where every player has been fully healthy.
Right.
So that's just a little bit more of the adversity that they face, which makes their record all the more impressive when you start to think about it. And as you said, other players are having to step up and make plays, and so far tonight they've done so.
And they make the best of the opportunities that are presented to them, and that's what kept them in games all season long. You know, a game versus Brenham, a game that they should have won, and versus Elgin. You know, tonight we're seeing guys that have been injured out on the field with Thomas Thornburg and McKinley McLaughlin. Both of them come to the sideline, get some attention, and both of them are back out on the field.
As for the quick scoring recap, we'll keep this a little brief considering tonight is homecoming. So a little bit of a longer halftime than usual. We will have all these homecoming festivities here in just a moment as the Eastview Band is performing on the field currently. Bastrop started out the scoring on their opening drive. Lasted about 4.5 minutes. DeMeyer Thompson, the running back, took a handoff to the left, got around the edge, and he was gone from 31 yards out. Bastrop's only score of the night so far. They led it 7-0, but only for 2 minutes as Eastview on their opening offensive drive marched right down the field. A Marion Brooks scoring from 5 yards out on the ground. And then with about 90 seconds to go in the first quarter, Michael Sedgwick swept in from the 6-yard line and took the ball all the way into the end zone. Both PATs good for Eastview, so 14 straight points for Eastview gives us this 14-7 score that we have at halftime. Both sides had both teams, I should say, had one turnover on downs apiece so far this evening, and a couple of vicious tackles by Bastrop that have led to penalties that have ended up hurting their defense.
So, update on some scores through the district. Rouse currently leads Cedar Creek 28-7 in that contest, and that's an older dated score from what I'm looking at right here, but that's one of the scores from around the district. Vandegrift Vipers leading the Cedar Ridge Raiders 21-0. And that's pretty much all I'm seeing so far with some accurate scores from the area. So we're going to take some time and let you enjoy the homecoming festivities here at halftime at Birkelbach Field for your Eastview Patriots. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. We will be back in a while.
The Parker's dance team is under the direction of Tracy Melendez, assisted by April Pena and Enriqueta Garcia. The Eastview Patriot Band has dedicated our 2020 show, Believe, to the Eastview High School community. Tonight, we will perform our opener, Mr. Blue Sky, by Electric Light Orchestra, and part of our closer music from the film, The Incredibles. Enjoy the show. The musical arrangements are by Matt Conway and Jack Holt. Drill is written by Paul Miles. Choreography is written by Gabe Cruz and Nessa Parra. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Abby Mason and Willie Aristo, we proudly present to you the Eastview Patriot Band. outstanding contributions to our band. Lana Ramirez, Caitlin Freeman, Kim Gauthier, Alyssa Bobo, Connor Reed, Kobe Churka, Jake Muller, and Paula Vega Alvarez. The directors would also like to recognize these volunteers of the week for their help this week: Melinda Orozco and Felicia Reynolds. Eastview Patriot band staff are Rachel Butler, Andrew Wetzinger, Gabe Cruz, Nessa Parra, Corey Turner, and Jesus Torres. Georgetown Independent School District Director of Fine Arts is Carol Watson. Eastview High School Principal is Latoya Easter. Booster President is Rachel Taylor. The Patriot Band would like to thank their amazing booster parents for their support and guidance this season. Visit eastviewband.org to learn about our flag delivery service for national holidays. Good evening, and welcome to Eastview's 2020 Homecoming Halftime Festivities. We would like to recognize any alumni here with us tonight. If you are an Eastview High School alumnus, please stand up and be recognized. Welcome home, Patriots. At this time, we would like to introduce you to the members of our 2020 Homecoming Chorus. First, we have Brooke Bullard. Brooke is representing Eastview's boys and girls basketball. She is escorted by her mother, Sheila Evans, and her stepfather, Tim Evans. Next, we have Tanner Ballou. Tanner represents the Eastview Cheerleaders. He is accompanied by his parents, Lee and Aaron Ballou. Up next is Abby Heaton, representing Eastview Boys Soccer. She is escorted by her father, Matt Heaton, her mother, Dawn Dyer, and her stepfather, Kurt Dyer. Next, we present McKinley McLaughlin. McKinley is also representing Eastview football. He is escorted by his parents, Karen and Mike McLaughlin. Next up is Layla Moore. Layla is representing Eastview Cheerleader. She is escorted by her father, Landon Moore. Next up, Isaiah Christian Jackson. Isaiah is representing Eastview Sports Medicine. He is escorted by his parents, Kristen and Scott Bowerman. Up next is Madeline Preston. Madeline represents the Eastview Pals. She is escorted by her parents, Stacy and Wade Preston. Next, we present Giovanni Ramirez. Giovanni is representing Eastview Boys Soccer. He is escorted by his sisters, Natalie and Paloma Ramirez. Next, we have Anne-Marie Walling. Anne-Marie is representing Eastview Sparklers and Starlets. She is escorted by her parents, Kathy and Jeff Walling. Next, we have Charles Ross. Charles is also representing Eastview Sparklers and Starlets. He is escorted by his parents, Leslie and Heath Newburn. Up next is Sierra Williams. Sierra is representing Eastview Sports Medicine. She is escorted by her parents, Marcia and Scott Williams. Finally, we present Hart Vogler. Hart represents Eastview boys and girls basketball. He is escorted by his parents, Alicia and Chris Vogler. And now, for the moment we have been waiting for, the crowning of our 2020 Homecoming King and Queen. The 2020 Eastview Homecoming King, presented by 2019 King Trey Wagner, is Giovanni Ramirez. the 2020 Eastview Homecoming Queen, crowned by our 2019 Homecoming Queen, Maria Flores, is Sierra Williams. Congratulations, Sierra and Giovanni. Please join us as we sing our alma mater.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birkelbach Field here at the Georgetown Independent School District Athletic Complex, where you have just seen the halftime festivities for the Eastview homecoming tonight. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the voice of the Eastview Patriots, Travis Banks, where your Patriots are leading the Bastrop Bears 14-7 here at the half.
Indeed, Michael, and the Patriots, of course, won the opening coin toss and elected to defer, so they will be receiving this opening kickoff to start the second half. Michael Sedgwick and Isaiah Quinton Jackson are back deep to return this kick for the Patriots. And as we mentioned at the start of halftime, all of the scoring has taken place in the first quarter for tonight's game. Not a lot of events happening in the second. And Bastrop well, they recovered the kickoff. I did not see it touch an Eastview player.
It didn't have to. It's a kickoff. It just has to go 10 yards down the field.
That is disastrous for Eastview. That is not the way they were looking to start off this second half.
That was not heads-up football by Eastview. That's a live ball when it's on the ground, and no one was in a hurry to get to it. They kind of treated it like a punt and stayed back away from it, and now they have just given this kickoff right back to the Bastrop Bears.
This will be 1st and 10 Bastrop. Quarterback Seth Mauser comes out in the pistol formation. He's going to hand the ball off to the running back, who has a huge hole up the middle, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. That is Aiden Barger. And he just went 27 yards into the end zone. Just some confusion on the Eastview defense. And the Bears are now one PAT away from tying this ball game up. Only 8 seconds into the second half.
That is a big shock.
PAT attempt for Bastrop is up, and it is good. So just like that, 8 seconds into the second half, we've got a tie ball game for the first time since midway through the first. As Bastrop ends Eastview's scoring run. Eastview had scored 14 straight points, but Bastrop has now tied it all up off of a 27-yard run from Aiden Barger.
Now that was a costly mistake, and that turned into points for the Bastrop Bears. That is still early yet, Travis, so wake-up call right there to get the Patriots tuned back in, because they still maybe had a little bit of halftime lethargy, and come back and get this thing going again.
I wonder how much of that is caused or was caused by the slightly longer halftime ceremony because of the homecoming ceremonies. They talk about that in the NFL a lot, how during the Super Bowl, players come out a bit lethargic in the second half because they're not used to those longer half times the Super Bowl has to get all those musical performances in, as this kickoff is going to be taken, or at least
and it was a fair catch.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, a flag or something like that going on in the field. I assumed it was a fair catch. But Eastview definitely learning their lesson this time, and you got to think Coach Feacoch tomorrow and the rest of the coaching staff are going to have some choice words when they get to that part of the film review session.
Yeah, you could just imagine. Like to be a fly on the wall in that meeting, right?
So now the Patriots, tied at 14 apiece, will come out on 1st and 10. This will be Peyton Adams on a read option. He'll scramble to the right side, keeping it himself, and gets a first down, crosses the 40, runs out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Bastrop's Brett Rice was right on Peyton Adams' trail, but Adams runs out of bounds before taking a hit and moves the chains for a Patriots first down.
Yeah, very heads-up play by Peyton Adams.
Adams now on 1st and 10. He hands the ball off to Amarian Brooks, who rushes right towards the right sideline and is forced out of bounds untouched. Solid gain of about 3 yards on that carry. This will bring up 2nd down for the Patriots. Second down and 7 officially. The ball is on the Eastview 42-yard line. Adams takes the snap, looks left, throws left, caught at about the 48-yard line. Making the catch is Jerry Barone. And that'll be a gain of another 2, maybe 3 yards. We'll bring up 3rd down for the Patriots, about 3rd and 5. And now Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Adams on 3rd down takes the snap, rolls out left, pump fakes, and he's under pressure. He throws the ball away. It is nearly intercepted as there was a trio of Bastrop defenders hot on Peyton Adams' trail. And one was able to get his hand on the ball, but just swatted it down rather than try to attempt to make a fancy catch, an interception. This will bring up 4th down for the Patriots, and they are close to the 50-yard line. So they are going to punt this ball away. Isaiah Quentin Jackson is set to punt this ball away. And Bastrop is expecting a punt. They have a return man back at the 25-yard line. Isaiah Quentin Jackson will have a good punt that takes some Eastview bounces and will stop at about the 24-yard line of the Bastrop Bears. So clock is stopped with 10:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter. About a minute and 11 seconds into this 2nd half. The Bears have already gotten a defensive stop, and they've tied the ball game up.
Yep, I tell you what, they come out ready to play, and Eastview not quite as ready to get things started here within the first 2 minutes of the half starting, Travis.
Well, Eastview, the good news for them is that the game is only tied, and there is still a heck of a lot of football to play here at GISD Athletic Complex, and Birkelbach Field is on 1st and 10. This will be a handoff to Bastrop's Thompson. Demire Thompson, who gains about 5 yards towards the right side and is finally pushed down by, looks like it was about 5, maybe 6 Patriots defenders. Thomas Thornburg is going to be credited for the tackle on that carry. This will be 2nd down and 2 for the Bears. The ball will be spotted at the Bastrop 32-yard line. Seth Mauser comes out in the pistol formation. He's got 2 receivers to the right. It's a handoff to Thompson again, who picks up a 1st down, crosses the 50, picks up a great block, but is tackled from behind. Might have lost control of the ball, and he did. There's a scramble around the 50-yard line to get the ball back. And looks like Thompson was able to fall on it and recover his own fumble. So that will result in a Bastrop 1st down. And just like that, the Bears are in Patriot territory.
Well, Eastview kind of back on their heels right now, as Bastrop has some momentum coming off of that touchdown.
That was about a 20-yard run by Demire Thompson, as on 1st down it'll be another handoff to the back. And he makes his way from the 48 to the 45 for a solid 3-yard gain before being tackled by number 50 for the Patriots. We do not have him listed on our roster. I apologize for that. Let's bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Bears. Bears come out in the gun. This is a handoff to Barger, and Barger makes his way to the 45-yard line and has nowhere to go. And Barger brought down. He'll check back out. Demire Thompson will check back in here for Bastrop's 3rd down play. This will be 3rd down and 6. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 44-yard line. Seth Mauser looking to his sidelines for further instructions from the coaching staff. And Mauser takes the snap. He's under pressure. He tries to roll right, rolls left, throws left, and caught at the 40-yard line. And tripping himself up is Bastrop's Jalen Cavazos. And did a late flag just come out? It did. So Jalen Cavazos, wide open, picks up a first down for the Bears. The Bears convert another third down here.
But Bastrop just drew an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That is if this flag stands.
This is a second. This is a second flag that was thrown. He said something right in front of the official, and the official throws the flag.
We'll see what the referees have to say. Because
Jalen Cavazos is guilty of that infraction.
Well, the initial flag was shortly after Cavazos tripped himself up. You know, he could have gotten a few more yards after that catch had his feet been able to hold on underneath him. And referees are still talking things over in the middle of the field, or not the middle of the field, but about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Bastrop is backing up right now.
See what the head umpire has to say.
Well, it's 2 penalties against him.
And at least one of those was declined.
I couldn't hear his call, but it's... My goodness, what was that? 30 yards worth of penalties. But I believe that they will give them the first down.
Well, yeah, all these penalties came after the first down was made by Jalen Cavazos. So this will be a first down for Bastrop, but instead of being on the Eastview side of the field, they are back in their own territory. Seth Mauser comes out here on 1st and 10. It's a handoff to DeMeyer Thompson, who sweeps out to the left side into the flats, and Thompson is pushed out of bounds by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Carlos Villarreal getting involved on that play as well. This will bring up 2nd down for the Bears. It'll be 2nd down and 7, so a solid 3-yard gain by DeMeyer Thompson there on the ground. Ball will be spotted at the Bastrop 38-yard line. Mauser now takes the snap, rolls right. He's under immense pressure. Mauser throws right, has a wide open man at the 40-yard line of Eastview, so the Bastrop Bears will get a first down and cross into Eastview territory. Once again, that is Jalen Cavazos, wide open, got behind his coverage, got behind his defenders. Seth Mauser saw it. He extended the play long enough to get that pass off, and Bastrop has another first down. 7:35 and counting to go here in this third quarter. We are tied at 14 apiece, and Bastrop is driving, looking to take the lead for the first time since the first quarter. It's a handoff to DeMeyer Thompson on 1st and 10. He'll take it all the way to the 35-yard line before being stuffed by a slew of Eastview defenders. That's enough for a solid 3-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
3-yard gain, 2nd down.
Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 35-yard line. Bastrop on 2nd down. Seth Mauser drops the snap, and he loses control. It's a fumble. Eastview may have it. They had enough players close enough to it, but we'll see. Eastview says they have it. It is Eastview ball. And a late flag comes out as well. So this will probably be a few minutes before we figure out where Eastview's starting field position will be. As it stands right now, Eastview would be starting at their own 45-yard line after that fumble recovery. But depending on what this flag is about, they could be moving back.
walk that one off 15 yards. And Eastview has the ball. That's the key thing, Travis. They got the turnover, which is one of the things that Coach Vikoch said his defense needed to do is create turnovers, and they just created one.
First turnover of the ball game by either side. Actually, the second if you count that kickoff return for Eastview. So that would make it one apiece for turnovers as Peyton Adams on first down keeps it himself, tries to run up the middle towards the right hash mark and is brought down after a solid 5-yard gain. Let's bring up 2nd and 5 for the Patriots. On 2nd down, Adams in the gun. 2 receivers on each side. Adams under pressure, throws right and falls incomplete. The pass intended for a Marion Brooks. Brooks was in the right position. I just don't think he was ready to make that catch.
You got to start playing some headsy football here. You're in a contest, and it's a brawl, and Bastrop has come to play tonight.
And again, Bastrop with an 0-3 record in District 13-5A. Patriots do not want to be their first win as a pass is caught by Jacob Martin at about the 35-yard line. Martin makes it to the 45 and is pushed out of bounds at about the 47. And that's more than enough for a Patriots first down. Jacob Martin moving the chains.
Jacob Martin proving that he has a good set of hands, Travis.
Trips to the right as Peyton Adams comes out in the shotgun formation on 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Marion Brooks, who breaks free, loses the ball, and Bastrop might have it. Marion Brooks, I think he was surprised to be that he got around that defender and was not tackled, and he moved his arm, lost control of the football. It hit the ground. I've not seen anything to indicate that Bastrop recovered the fumble. And we do have an injured player on the ground. I'm not sure which side it is on. It is an injured Bastrop Bear. So we'll go ahead and keep it right here as they tend to that injured Bear. 5:55 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The clock is temporarily stopped while they deal with that injured player who is walking off the field.
Looks like it's going to stay Eastview's football. The yard marker has moved.
So that is good. At least Marion Brooks lost control of the ball near a bunch of other Eastview players.
That's a bullet dodged right there.
So clock will resume. We're tied at 14 apiece here. Eastview driving. Peyton Adams on play action. Throws a slant route to Michael Sedgwick that falls incomplete on the left side. And this will bring up 4th down for the Patriots.
Should be 3rd down.
Well, the line judge had the 3 on the entire time. That's what I was looking at. Okay, so Peyton Adams now, 3rd down. It's a screen pass caught by Jacob Martin at the 45-yard line. Martin makes his way to the 40 and is brought down by Bastrop's Romello Flores-Giles. But Jacob Martin will move the chains for another Patriots first down.
The first down for Eastview.
Clock continues to tick. 5:30 to go and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Adams in the gun, hands the ball off to Isaiah Quinton Jackson, who sweeps to the left side into the flats, has a great block, and stiffs the defender, picks up a first down to the 20. And Isaiah Quinton Jackson brought down shortly after crossing the 20 at about the 19-yard line. Great sweep out to the left side by Isaiah Quinton Jackson, but this would be terrible. Isaiah Quinton Jackson is down. And so the Eastview training staff will come back out onto the field to take a look at Isaiah Quinton Jackson. And this would be a huge loss for the Patriots squad if Isaiah Quinton Jackson has to exit this ball game.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a big run right there. And I've seen him tonight. He's trucked a couple of people coming through there. He lowers that shoulder. He runs some people over, and he did that on that run right there. That was a heck of a good run by Mr. Quinton Jackson.
That is something about Coach Vikoch's Patriots is they are not afraid to get physical. As Isaiah Quentin Jackson's being helped off the field.
Yeah, that's what you like to see him get up quickly. I mean, he is limping off the field, but he got up quickly. So not a prolonged injury timeout.
And they're taking him over to the sideline to get looked at. Marion Brooks will sub back in on first down at running back as Adams takes the snap, looks left, throws left into the end zone.
Yep.
Intended for Jerry Barone, but double coverage is going to call for a flag.
Yeah, that's going to be pass interference, which I've been kind of curious on several throws. Their defenders have been draped all over our players. There hadn't been a flag thrown for pass interference, and finally get one.
Considering the field position, this should be a half the distance to the goal and would probably give the Patriots a first down.
It'll be an automatic first down.
So they will indeed. It's actually a 15-yard penalty, so they will go from the 19-yard line to the 4-yard line. So this will be first and goal from the 4 for the Patriots. Adams comes out, 2 receivers to his right. Adams takes the snap, hands off to Marion Brooks, who rushes up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown, completely untouched. No flags on the play. So just like that, 4:54 to go in the third quarter. The Patriots allowed Bastrop to tie this ball game up at the start of the third quarter, but now they retake the lead. And they currently lead by 6, pending Emilio Vargas' PAT attempt. Vargas is out on the field. Adams is the holder. Vargas' kick is up, and it is good. So a Marion Brooks checks into the ball game. A pass interference call gets the Patriots inside the 5, and a Marion Brooks handles all the rest from 4 yards out. The third touchdown of the night on the ground for the Patriots. They lead at 21-14. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned. We'll have Bastrop's response right after this. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2.
or 3,
We can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown Independent School District Athletic Complex, where the Eastview Patriots have just retaken the lead from the Bastrop Bears. They lead it 21-14, 4:54 to go here in the third quarter. Emilio Vargas out to kick this ball away for the Patriots. And it's going to be a high kick taken at the 30-yard line and to the 35. This is Aiden Barger. And Aiden Barger is brought down at about the 38-yard line. So Bastrop will have really good field position to set up their next offensive series. And Bastrop was driving for a bit on their last possession. It was a fumble by the quarterback, Seth Mauser, on a bad snap. Eastview able to recover that fumble and ultimately led to the last Eastview touchdown, Michael.
Well, that's what we needed right there, was to make that stop and get Bastrop off the field and stop that momentum that they had going, Travis, coming out of halftime.
That indeed, it dampened Bastrop's spirits as on 1st and 10, the Bears will get in the gun. Seth Mauser takes the snap, drops back, looks left, throws, caught at the 42-yard line, and making his way to the 45, to the 50 for a first down, and a late flag comes out. This is Jalen Cavazos yet again.
So that's a flag thrown toward the scrum, so it'll be interesting to see. There may be a face mask penalty called.
It looks like Cavazos had not yet lost his forward progression. And they are going to call a penalty on Tyler Wagner.
Yeah, face mask.
15-yard penalty, so the Bears will not only pick up the first down, they will enter about midway into Eastview territory. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 38-yard line. The 35-yard line, I should say, as on 1st and 10. It's a handoff to Barger again. Barger tries to sweep right and is swallowed up by several Eastview Patriots at around the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1, if anything, on that run. Brings up 2nd down, Bastrop. DeMeyer Thompson will switch in for Aiden Barger at running back. Seth Mauser.
Quentin Jackson back on the field, Travis.
All right, well, that's always good news. Seth Mauser in the gun. Hands off to Thompson, who has a huge hole on the left side, and Thompson is going to the 20, to the 15, before being slammed to the ground by Tyler Wagoner. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson now has possession of the ball. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson is running in the opposite direction. We've got an injured Bastrop Bear as well. I'm sorry, Michael, but there was a lot going on that play. We need some time to digest what happened. First of all, we need to rule if that was actually a takeaway.
No, they're moving the chains. It's going to be a first down for the Bears.
I never saw any flags come out either, so that was going to be my assumption, is that Bastrop was going to hang on to the football. However, there is an injured Bear all the way back at the 35-yard line near the original line of scrimmage. I believe that might be the quarterback, Seth Mauser. However, I did not see the number.
So the lineman, 55.
Yeah, that was Wyatt Hamilton. And he's jogging off the field under his own power.
So may have just had the wind knocked out of him.
It happens, especially, this cold front blowing in and affecting everybody. I don't know if it's the same with you, but I'll wake up every morning with some congestion, and I'm scared. Maybe I finally caught COVID, but no, it's just allergies. Seasonal
just allergies.
And
thank God for that, right?
Exactly. This is a handoff to Aiden Barger. Barger makes his way inside the 10 and is brought down at about the 7-yard line. On first down, this will bring up 2nd down and 2. So an 8-yard gain by Aiden Barger on that run.
Tell you what, you can't take anything away from this Bastrop offense. They've come to play tonight.
I think they were a little embarrassed by that loss to Brenham last week, as it's a handoff to the back on 2nd down, and this will be a loss of about 3 yards. The Patriots just swallowing up the running back. Thomas Thornburg will be credited for the tackle, but there were about 3 Patriots involved in that tackle for a loss of Aiden Barger.
But this is the other thing, too. They have to win tonight. Bastrop does, to even have a chance in this district.
Indeed, because 0-4 district record guarantees you a district record under 500. That's never a good look, no matter who you are. And another handoff to Barger. Barger is viciously slammed down to the ground from behind. Almost a WWE-style slam.
That was Cole Smith.
So another loss on 3rd down will bring up 4th down for the Bears. 4th and long. And they're going to attempt a field goal. However, watch out for a fake as well. The Patriots are lining up. This kick attempt is no good. It falls short. The ball was spotted at the 14-yard line, which would have made that a 31-yard field goal attempt.
It did not have the distance.
So Eastview catches a lucky break there.
Now that's that bend but don't break defense that you spoke of earlier in the game tonight, Travis.
That is the 2nd missed field goal of the evening for this Bastrop Bears team. A minute 53 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Patriots still lead at 21-14, and now the Patriots will go back on offense at their own 20-yard line. Adams comes out in the gun, trips to his left, and it's a handoff to Marion Brooks. Marion Brooks trying to rush up towards the right hash mark up the middle and has nowhere really to go. Gain of 1 yard, if anything, will bring up 2nd down for the Patriots.
Brooks on the carry. Short game on the play. Second down.
Second down for the Patriots. Adams drops back and steps up into the pocket. Throws caught by Jacob Martin at about the 17-yard line. Martin able to make his way to the 20. And then Martin, after crossing the 20-yard line, is brought down by Romello Flores-Giles. This will bring up third down for the Patriots. They're saying no gain on the play, so it'll be third down and 9. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. He looks left, throws left, caught at the 25-yard line is Michael Sedgwick, but Michael Sedgwick immediately rolls over after making the catch. He's still about 5 yards short of the first down marker, so this will bring up fourth down for the Patriots, and it looks like they're going to send their punting unit out onto the field.
4th and 4 this deep in your own end zone or your own territory. You definitely got to put it further down the field.
So Isaiah Quentin Jackson will be punting this ball away, and it has the distance, and it will take a Bastrop bounce and be downed at about the 50-yard line. Referees are going to rule it's on the side of Bastrop, the 49-yard line. So Bastrop just about at midfield for their next offensive series. Clock is stopped with 14 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The Bears trail 21-14, so we should see the Bears be able to get one play off before the end of the third quarter.
You can't take these guys lightly. You have to really, really be on your game because they've come to play tonight. And it's not that Eastview's been playing bad, Travis.
Exactly. They're just being given a tough run by a very tough Bastrop team that is a lot tougher than their record indicates. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Seth Mauser still setting his team up, and Mauser will take the snap. Looks right, throws right. He has a man at the 20. Falls incomplete through the hands of Julius Baynard. It was Carlos Villarreal on the coverage for the Patriots, but that ball just sailed through Baynard's hands. He probably could have made that catch.
Well, had Villarreal not stumbled, he might have had a pick right there, Travis.
Indeed, and that would have lifted Eastview's spirits. So clock will stop on the incomplete pass with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bears trail by a touchdown. Mauser takes the snap. It's a handoff to Thompson, and Thompson rolls right, crosses the 50, crosses the 45, and is going to be tackled / pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. DeMeyer Thompson. I think that was Thomas Thornburg who made the tackle there, or pushed Thompson out of bounds. It'll be more than enough for a first down for the Bears. Clock is stopped with 2 seconds left here in the third. So Bastrop will get one more play off. Mauser in the gun. Fakes a handoff, play action, rolls left, does Mauser. Mauser looks left, throws left, caught at about the 28-yard line. And that will do it for the third quarter. Bastrop picking up a first down as they trail by 7 at the end of 3. It's shaping up to be an amazing conclusion to an amazing ball game. So stay tuned for this fourth quarter. It'll be right after these commercial messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football here on SHN Sports. We're back here at Georgetown Independent School District's Athletic Complex, Birkelbach Field. where at the start of the fourth quarter, the Eastview Patriots currently lead the Bastrop Bears by a score of 21-14. However, the Bastrop Bears are driving. They just picked up a first down to end the third quarter, and we'll see if they can knock it into the end zone and tie this ball game up. We thank you for choosing to spend your Friday night here with us on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis is on 1st and 10. Mauser throws over the middle into the end zone. It is caught by Cavazos. Jalen Cavazos. That is a 28-yard pass and catch by Bastrop. And now the Bears are a PAT away from tying this ball game up.
Well, that's what they can do to you. And Mauser's done a great job of making his throws, Travis. He's thrown well when he's on the run and sitting it back in the pocket.
The PAT is up, and it is good. No flags, so just like that, Bastrop ties this ball game up at 21 apiece to start the fourth quarter, much like they did to start off the third quarter. And we'll see how Eastview responds following these messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. Your new score, Eastview 21, Bastrop 21. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's Chip from Hewlett Volkswagen. It's that time of year for fall, football, and family. And our family has been making it easy on your family for almost 20 years, like with our new Express online shopping tool, where you can find the perfect Volkswagen fit for your life and budget. This month, save $3,600 on a new 2020 Jetta S. You can drive away in a brand new Volkswagen for under $20,000. We have a lot to choose from. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, where the first passing touchdown by either team this evening ties the ball game up at 21 apiece as Bastrop scores 7 following a 28-yard pass and catch from quarterback Seth Mauser to the receiver Jalen Cavazos. And now this is Carson Clarner kicking the ball off for Bastrop. It's going to be taken at the 25-yard line, and pretty much the entire Bastrop special teams tipped over the Patriots return man there. So the Patriots now 11:49 to work with in this ball game. The game is tied up yet again. The last time Eastview faced adversity of having the ball game tied up, last 2 times I should say this ball game has been tied up, Eastview has scored and has been able to retake the lead. We'll see if they can make that magic work 3 times in a row, as on 1st and 10 it's going to be a handoff to the back from the 25 to the 30s for a solid 5-yard gain. On the carry was Isaiah Quentin Jackson. They're going to say he picked up 6 on that carry, and this will bring up 2nd and 4. It's another handoff to Quentin Jackson on 2nd down, and viciously slammed to the ground is Quentin Jackson by Bastrop's Caden Scott, the team captain who represented the Bears in the middle of the field during the opening coin toss. This brings up 3rd down and 4. No gain on that last Quentin Jackson run. Adams on 3rd and 4. 2 receivers to his left. Adams immediately throws left, intended for Michael Sedgwick. The pass just bounces off of the palm of Sedgwick's hands. Sedgwick looks a little disappointed in himself. This will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that was right in his hands, and he should have caught that, Travis. That's why he's upset with himself.
Looked like they were setting up a wide receiver screen, but instead the clock will stop with 10:58 to go in the ball game. Patriots will be punting this ball away. Isaiah Quentin Jackson will be punting. Bears have a return man back at the 40. That is Conrad Pace for the Bears. Isaiah Quentin Jackson punts the ball away. It's a nice punt with some decent hang time, and Pace calls for and makes the fair catch at the Bastrop 40-yard line. So now 10:52 to go in this ball game. It's all tied up, and the Bastrop Bears have their chance to retake the lead for the first time since the first quarter.
Yeah, you've got your hands full with this Bear offense. And Mauser showing what he can do with his arm, Travis. You got to start taking care of that. You got to put the pressure on the quarterback, make him throw off his back foot and not get set and force him into a run.
1st and 10 ball on the Bastrop 40-yard line. Mauser in the pistol formation, takes the snap, hands off to Aiden Barger. Aiden Barger rushes towards the right hash mark, able to gain a solid 6, maybe 7 yards on that carry. They're going to roll it with 6. This will bring up 2nd down and 4 as Aiden Barger just continues to pick up small chunks of yardage that are frustrating enough to really frustrate the
keeps the chains moving. You know, he puts them in manageable 2nd down, 3rd down plays, picking up yardage like that.
2nd and 4, Mauser. It's another handoff, and Barger tries to dodge a couple of Patriots defenders using their speed in order to get in. That was getting the initial penetration for the Patriots. That was Hector Gutierrez. Gutierrez using some speed out there. He'll check out of the game. Eastview making a bit of substitutions here. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Bears. Just under 10 minutes to play here in the ball game. Score tied at 21 apiece. Mauser takes the snap, drops back, hit as he throws, and the pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Jalen Cavazos at the 50-yard line. Logan Williams was on the coverage, but Seth Mauser hit as he threw, and he was still able to get off a pretty good-looking pass there.
He took a good shot right in the midsection. Yes, he jumped off of his feet, and he got a shoulder right in the midsection. Made that throw. He did make a good throw. His receiver got his hands on it, but excellent play by the defender to come up and break up the pass.
Again, Logan Williams on the coverage for the Patriots. This will bring up 4th down and 5 for the Bears. Ball is spotted at Bastrop's own 45-yard line, and they will elect to punt the ball away. Eastview has Michael Sedgwick back deep to return this punt, along with one other Patriots roster member. I believe that is Jerry Barone.
Got to watch for the fake. Bastrop, you know, the tail of the tape, Travis, is coming out of the half with that kick. And it wasn't an onside kick. It was Eastview not paying attention and treating it like a punt rather than a kickoff and not getting on the ball, not realizing that it's a live ball on a kickoff. Because it ended up in points.
Yeah. Those are just the mental mistakes you make sometimes. Again, I want to know just what the player's psyche was like. Did that have anything to do with that extra long homecoming ceremony? Maybe they're not used to the extra 10 minutes or so they received to go over things in the locker room. Maybe they got a little lethargic. It'll be hard to tell, and we'll probably never know those answers. That's not the kind of stuff that Coach Feacock would like to be made public.
So Eastview is actually going to change up their punt return team and keep one man back deep, anticipating a possible fake.
So Bastrop's Isaiah Herron will punt the ball away. It'll take a Bastrop bounce inside the 15 and stop at about the 9-yard line, halfway between the 9 and the 10-yard lines. Bastrop will down the ball right there, and the referees are going to rule it 1st and 10 from the Eastview 9. So Eastview, in the shadows of their own goalpost, will have to march 91 yards to retake the lead. They've got 9 minutes, 24 seconds to work with. But Bastrop's defense has been fairly stifling this Patriots offense throughout the second half. 1st and 10, Adams hands the ball off to Amarian Brooks, who is tackled behind the line of scrimmage at the 5-yard line. He almost is able to get away, but that Bastrop defender making the tackle, that was Caden Allen, and he held on for dear life. He would not let go, so that'll be a loss of officially 3 yards on that carry. The ball will be spotted at the 7-yard line of Eastview. It'll be 2nd down and long as the Patriots go hurry up. 2nd and 13, and Adams throws left, caught at the left hash mark at the 15-yard line by Jerry Barone. This will set up 3rd down and manageable. A gain of 8 on that pass and catch by Jerry Barone. And Adams now in the gun. 2 receivers on each side. Adams rolls out right, looks right, throws right, and pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Jacob Martin. Looked like Jacob Martin had a chance to make the catch on the sideline. Could not haul it in. So this will bring up 4th down for the Patriots. They only knocked about a minute off of the clock. The clock is stopped with 8:30 to go in this ball game. And now the Patriots are going to have to punt the ball away for the Bears. To the Bears, I should say.
You know, Bastrop's starting to feel a little bit of momentum going back their way here, Travis. False start on the Patriots. You know, it's just a few things just have not worked Eastview's way tonight, and it's just mental mistakes.
Exactly. And, you know, again, it's hard to be 100% for every single game, but this is a dogfight. The winner of this ball game, whoever it may be, is definitely going to have to earn this victory tonight. As Isaiah Quentin Jackson's punt has some pretty good hang time, takes an Eastview bounce, and is down at about the the Eastview 49-yard line. So close to midfield.
Well, that was a heck of a good punt by Quentin Jackson to get it nearly to midfield and out of the shadow of the goalpost. Thankfully, they were able to get it off and have no mistakes that would turn it over into Bastrop's favor right there. Now we just need a critical defensive stop here, Travis.
This will be 1st and 10 for the Bears. The ball will be spotted at the Eastview 48-yard line, and it's going to be a handoff to DeMeyer Thompson, who tries to roll out to the left side into the flats. Can't quite get the edge, and is brought down.
Actually lost a yard.
I was going to say, it looked to me like he lost 2, but the referees are going to roll he was down at the 49-yard line, not the 50. So this will bring up 2nd and 11 for the Bears. Mauser now on 2nd and long in the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Mauser rolls right, looks right, throws right, caught. Back at the original line of scrimmage. Making the catch was Johnny Cruz. I'm sorry, no, that was not Johnny Cruz. That was Jimmy Mozo. And gain of 2 yards for the Bears. This will bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, well, what a heck of a hit by Tyler Wagner.
Clock continues to tick. 7:14 to go and counting in this ball game. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Bastrop now on 3rd and 9. They'll send a man in motion. And Mauser will take the snap, and he's under immense pressure. Tries to throw the ball away.
That's going to be intentional grounding, should be.
Yeah, because
no flag was thrown, and there wasn't a receiver.
There's the late flag. Yeah, Mauser was not even outside of the pocket when he threw that ball away. I think he was banking on there being a receiver nearby so he could use that as an argument against intentional grounding, but the referees are not going to allow that. The penalty will be declined, so this will be 4th down.
No, they'll take the penalty because it's a loss of down.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard the referee say it had been declined. Clock is stopped with 6:59 to go here in the ball game. Our score is still 21-all. Eastview sends 2 return men back deep to return. And this is going to go to Jerry Barone, who does not make the fair catch, but he does make the catch, and he's at the 30 to the 35. Jerry Barone crossing to the other side of the field to the 40 to the 45. And Jerry Barone brought down just shy of the 50-yard line by Bastrop's Romello Flores-Giles, and there must have been some trash talk because Jerry Barone wanted to get right back into Romello Flores-Giles' face after that tackle.
What a gutsy play by Barone. Well, that's what you got to do to make things happen, and he's making it happen out there. Great play by Jerry Barone.
So now Eastview will set up shop at their own 47-yard line, so close to midfield. It'll be 1st and 10. Adams comes out in the gun, trips to his left. Adams takes the snap, drops back, looks right, pump fakes, throws right, caught just shy of the 50-yard line by Jerry Barone, and Jerry Barone makes the catch, is brought down by Bastrop's Christian Lopez, the linebacker. He'll cross into Bastrop territory. This will bring up 2nd down and about 5. Second down and 5 for Eastview. It's going to be a fake handoff. Peyton Adams takes the snap and he rolls out to the right side to the 40-yard line, runs out of bounds, untouched, and he'll pick up more than enough for an Eastview 1st down. Ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line.
Got an injured player down, injury timeout.
That is an injured Bastrop Bear. We'll go ahead and leave it right here.
Tell you what, there's a lot of hard-fought football being played out there in the trenches, Travis.
I think that's what makes District 13 5A so special, is there's not really any single team that is a dominant team in this district. It could be any given team on any given Friday could win any given game. So we'll go to Twitter during this timeout to check, see if any scores have been announced. We've got a few. Tweeted out by Mike Barnes. At halftime, as of 18 minutes ago, Glenn was leading Elgin by a score of 22-14. That's the only District 13 5A score I can find at the moment.
Brenham 21, Connolly nothing at the half.
Rouse 28, Cedar Creek 17, as well as on 1st down.
Incomplete pass to Michael Sedgwick. Tell you what, Bastrop plays really tight on their coverage, and they're fortunate to have not been called for as many pass interferences as they've had tonight.
2nd down, Adams takes the snap, and he's under pressure. He narrowly avoids a sack, and he's brought down all the way back at the Eastview 40-yard line. That was Romello Flores Giles making the sack, and that's going to be a huge loss of yardage. That's a loss of about 20 yards, and this will bring up 3rd down and a mile. They're going to rule that Peyton Adams was down at the Eastview 46-yard line, so only a loss of 14, but still not what you want to see if you're a Patriots fan. Adams will go into hurry-up mode, and he'll take the snap. It's a screen pass caught at the 45-yard line by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Quentin Jackson has some space, has some blockers, and he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, and plus about 3 yards, so he'll be about 7 yards short of the 1st down marker. Eastview able to get back into Bastrop territory and make something out of that sack. But this will still bring up 4th down, and we'll see if the Patriots choose to go for it. It looks like they are. Their offense remains on the field. About 4th down and 7, but the referees blow the play dead. Bastrop will take their 2nd timeout of the half. This will stop the clock with 4:59 to go here in the ball game. We're still tied at 21 apiece. And Eastview, Michael, I would say that this is a must convert on this 4th down.
You really need to keep Bastrop off the field, and you got to get back to the end zone.
Indeed.
You got to make some heads-up plays here, make it happen. You know, do what it takes. You got to play through some pain. If you're hurt, which we've seen guys on both sides go down tonight, Travis, several times. So it does happen, and when you're playing in a slugfest the way this one's been, it's you get weary and fatigued and tired. You just got to play through that and part of that adversity and make things happen for your team.
So 4th down and 7. The ball is on the Bastrop 37-yard line. The Patriots need to get it all the way to the 30 to convert this 4th down into a 1st down and move the chains. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap under pressure, drops back, throws, caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson with a screen pass, but Quentin Jackson is tripped up by, again, Romello Flores-Giles, short of the 1st down marker by about 5 yards. This will be an Eastview turnover on downs, and Bastrop will take over with 4:52 to go in the ball game. The score still tied at 21 all.
Now you got to rely on your defense to make a stop here. This is seemingly coming down the way it did in Brenham. You know, you come down to the end of the game trying to win it.
So Bastrop back out on offense now. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bastrop 37. Mauser, play action. He's under pressure. He's rolling out to the right side, and Mauser's going to keep it himself and run for it out of bounds. Well, I thought he was going to run out of bounds. He attempted to throw it at the last minute.
You know, it looked like he was past the down marker, and I didn't see a flag thrown for throwing it beyond the line of scrimmage.
I was going to say, it looked like he was about 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage there. And he just, that's when he threw the ball away. Had he been able to keep it, he probably could have gotten an extra yard. That would have been a solid 3-yard pickup and set up 2nd and 7. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. So we'll see what the Bears can do on offense. It's going to be a handoff to Barger, and Barger is stuffed. Nothing going on that run. A gain of maybe 2. Indeed, they are going to mark him down after a 2-yard gain, so this will bring up 3rd and 8 for Bastrop.
2-yard gain on the play. That brings up 3rd down.
Clock continues to tick. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the ball game and counting. Score is tied at 21 apiece. We've not had a score since the very beginning of this 4th quarter when Bastrop tied it up. Mauser now on 3rd down, takes the snap, rolls right. It's a screen pass, falls incomplete. Aiden Barger could not haul in that catch. It'll bring up 4th down. Clock is stopped with 4:02 remaining in the ball game. Eastview will not have to use one of their timeouts to stop the clock, at least not yet. And Bastrop is going to send their punting unit out. This will be 4th down and 8. Stranger things have happened, but you've always got to watch out for a fake punt as Eastview sends Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Michael Sedgwick both to the 30-yard line, deep to return this punt. This will be Isaiah Herron punting the ball away for the Bears, and it is indeed going to be a fake, and the Patriots are ready for it, and they get him in the backfield.
That could be a costly mistake by Bastrop right there.
I'm trying to get the number of the Patriots player that made that tackle because that could have saved the ball game for them right there. That was number 20, Aaron Olage. So a great defensive stand by Olage, and now it's a turnover on downs for the Bears. The Patriots take over. It's 1st and 10. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson running up the middle. He makes his way to the 30-yard line. He won't pick up the 1st down, but he'll set up 2nd down at about 3. Correction, that'll be 2nd down and 4, so a solid 6-yard gain by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Patriots come back out in the shotgun formation on 2nd down. 2 receivers to the left of Adams. Adams pump fakes, throws, caught at the 30-yard line, making his way to the 25 is the receiver.
I think it's Jerry Barone.
Jerry Barone with another great catch picks up another Patriots 1st down, and the chains will be moved now. 3:22 to go and counting here in the ballgame. If the Patriots can score with not a lot of time left, that would be in their favor, as it's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson on 1st down. He barrels his way up the middle to the 20-yard line for a nice solid gain of 4, maybe 5 yards. Depending on where the referees decide to spot this ball, they're going to give him about 5 yards. Mark him down at the 18-yard line. Second down and 4 for the Patriots. Adams takes the snap, fakes a handoff, play action, throws over the middle. Pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Michael Sedgwick on a slant route, but Ball was nowhere near Michael Sedgwick.
Incomplete. Bring up third down.
Clock will momentarily stop with 2:43 to go here in the ball game. This will set up 3rd down and 5 for the Patriots. Patriots are in the red zone. They're at the Bastrop 18-yard line. They need to make it all the way to the 13 to get a first, and it's going to be a sweep to the right side by Jerry Barone, and Jerry Barone trucks a defender. Did he get the first down? From our vantage point, it is hard to tell up here in the press box. We'll see where the referees spot the ball, but Jerry Barone is going to be very close. Barone swept out to the right side. They're going to give the Patriots the first and move the chains. It's going to be 1st and 10 as the Patriots hurry up, and it's another handoff to Amarian Brooks. Brooks barrels his way up the middle, trying to gain some extra yardage. He might have gained 3 on that play, but there is a flag out back at the 15-yard line.
Usually that indicates a hold. Let's see. What did he call? It's against the defense.
Penalty on Bastrop, yes.
5-yard penalty.
.211 to go here in the ball game. We're still tied at 21 all, but the Patriots are knocking on the door. After the 5-yard penalty, the ball will be spotted at the 8-yard line. And this will give the Patriots a 1st down and 5 as well. So they can get it inside the 5 and still get a 1st down. But you know they're going to be knocking on the door for the touchdown. There's handoff to Amarian Brooks, who sweeps out to the left side, up the middle, and Amarian Brooks into the end zone for a touchdown. 8 yards out, Amarian Brooks, his 3rd touchdown of the evening. And the Patriots, with 1:56 to go in the ball game, pending the PAT, take a 6-point lead over the Bastrop Bears. Emilio Vargas is out to attempt this PAT. Vargas's kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, it's going to be 2-minute drill time for the Bastrop Bears just to try to tie this ball game up. Can the Patriots defense stand? We will answer all of those questions and determine the victor of this ball game just after these commercial messages. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss the ending to this one. We'll be right back here. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN.
At our bank, we believe in doing the right things for the right reasons. For our families, our communities, our future, just like you do. We believe the right thing is more than just a handshake or a promise. It's a relationship guided by honesty and integrity. How can our bank help you?
Thank you for calling our bank. This is Jenny. How can I help you?
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back, everyone, to Birkelbach Field, where your Eastview Patriots have just taken a 28-21 lead over the Bastrop Bears. Emilio Vargas is on the field to get this kickoff underway. And here's Travis Banks to take us the rest of the way.
Thank you, Mr. Francis. Again, 1:56 to go here in this ball game, so it'll be a 2-minute drill for Bastrop. And this return is going to be taken by Pace, one of the up men, at the 25-yard line. And Pace rolls out from the left side to the right side of the field, barrels his way along the sideline, makes his way to the 40-yard line. So a solid gain of about 15 yards on that return before being shoved out of bounds. Conrad Pace setting the Bears up for some good field position here for their offensive series.
Flag on the return.
Yeah, all the way back at the 35-yard line over there. 15-yard penalty called on Johnny Cavazos.
He's had a couple of 15-yard penalties called on him tonight. And he's done some good for him, too. I mean, he's obviously a very intense player. He reminds me a lot of Charles Ross.
Speaking of Charles Ross. It was good to see him out in the middle of the field for the homecoming festivities earlier during halftime. He is yet to suit up for a game this season for the Patriots. Although no. He was in a couple.
Yeah, no, he's been played every game up until this week.
That was my mistake. For some reason, I thought he'd been out the entire season. Well, we've got some exciting action here on the field to finish off the night. As Bastrop on 1st and 10 will try to run the ball up the middle. Nothing going on that run.
Thompson on the carry.
Gain of maybe 1. In fact, the referees are going to say that Thompson gained 1 yard on that carry. This will bring up 2nd and 9. The ball will be spotted at the Bastrop 21-yard line. Just a man in motion. And Mauser takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle. Pass falls incomplete.
What a great pass breakup by Tyler Wagner.
And a late flag comes out. The pass was intended for Jalen Cavazos.
Oh, I think that a flag might be against Eastview.
These players have been awfully chirpy with each other throughout the ball game. Clock is stopped with 1:11
It's going to be a 15-yard variety.
That's something that it's happened so much tonight, Michael, that you really can't fix that if you're a coach, except for anything other than making the players run some bear crawls or something Monday morning. Maybe do as many push-ups as humanly possible.
Well, you don't need these kind of silly penalties at the end of the game where you're trying to salvage a win.
Bastrop takes the quarterback takes the snap.
There's going to be a hold right there. That's coming back.
A lot going on this play. A flag comes out. Mauser trying to pass to Jalen Cavazos on the right side. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's holding against the Bears.
My apologies. The intended receiver there was Damari Monroe. Bastrop will be moved back 10 yards on the hold. 1:04 to play here in the ball game.
Bastrop finding themselves up against the wall, so you're going to have to start taking some shots downfield. They have 1 timeout remaining. The Patriots have all 3 of theirs.
Patriots lead at 28-21. Bastrop has 64 seconds to work with. Mauser drops the snap, picks it up, looks right, heaves it downfield, and that pass fell near nobody, but it could have potentially been picked off by Carlos Villarreal.
Yes, he was the only receiver that was around.
Well, he never let the wide receiver get behind him. That pass was intended for Jackson Jenkins, and just great defensive coverage there by Villarreal, not allowing Jenkins to get behind him at all. Clock will stop with 57 seconds to play here in the ball game. Patriots lead at 28-21. Mauser comes out in the gun. 2 receivers on each side. Mauser takes the snap, rolls out left, and he throws it to the left. It's intercepted! The pass was intended for Jenkins, Jackson Jenkins, but Tyler Wagner comes up with the interception at the 40-yard line and runs out of bounds. The Patriots will win the ball game. They'll need to kneel it out, but there's no sweeter formation than the victory formation. No flags on the field.
And it's Isaiah Quentin Jackson is very fortunate that he did not get called for roughing the passer, as Mauser had let go of that pass, and Quentin Jackson lowered his shoulder and put him into the ground. So Eastview gets away with one right there.
Well, 49 seconds to go here. The Patriots leading at 28-21. They'll need to kneel it out twice. Bastrop does have 1 timeout remaining, but stranger things have happened. I don't foresee a situation where they would need to use it.
They called it.
Bastrop will use their final timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Again, the Patriots will take home the victory, remaining undefeated at home, Michael. Only two games, but they've won both of those games.
It wasn't Quentin Jackson, it was Thornburg.
Ooh, what a great interception by Tyler Wagner. Just great positioning. He knew exactly where the ball was going to be thrown, and he got the jump on Jackson Jenkins.
So I retract that. It wasn't Quentin Jackson a while ago. It was Thomas Thornburg on that hit to Seth Mauser.
So this will bring up second down. No timeouts remaining for Bastrop, so the Patriots will have to kneel it out twice, as there are 46 seconds remaining here on the game clock. Victory formation. Peyton Adams will kneel it down. And it's time to celebrate a homecoming night victory for the Eastview Patriots. As I was going to say earlier, Michael, next week is the Patriots' first of 2 bye weeks for this season. And then in 2 weeks from tonight, we will be coming to you live from Bible Stadium as the Patriots will take on a team you're very familiar with, the Rouse Raiders.
Right. Which that will be a short drive for me.
Gotta love those short drives. And that'll do it for this ball game. Your final score, the Eastview Patriots 28, the Bastrop Bears 21. As Bastrop sending their entire team out onto the field for a normal handshake.
Yeah, they were lining up on the hash marks.
I think each school we've seen, they have a different method of these post-game handshakes.
You know, it's interesting that that they do this post-game. You know, they battle. They're out there playing each other, tackling, and all of that. But at the end of the game, you line up 10 yards apart from each other to recognize each other.
Just a consequence of living in a world with COVID-19.
Right. Yep, definitely nothing that any of us want to catch, for sure.
No. Well, we will go ahead and take our final commercial break of the evening, get all of our sponsorships in, and we will be back after that with a brief post-game analysis, so stay tuned. We will be right back here. You're watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Hey, it's Chip from Hewlett Volkswagen. It's that time of year for fall, football, and family. And our family has been making it easy on your family for almost 20 years, like with our new Express online shopping tool, where you can find the perfect Volkswagen fit for your life and budget. This month, save $3,600 on a new 2020 Jetta S. You can drive away in a brand new Volkswagen for under $20,000. We have a lot to choose from. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
Many of us yearn for the glory of the field. to quarterback our team to victory, to catch the game-winning touchdown. But sadly, playing football is hard. What's not hard is getting a great deal on a Chevrolet from Don Hewlett. It's okay, fella. Everyone's a winner at Don Hewlett, but you still stink at football. Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
We're back here from the press box of Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex, Birkelbach Field. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside, as always, Michael Francis. Feel free to come back on camera if you'd like. I know I kind of force you to do this every week, but figure we'll get the fans, since we can do live video for 2020. Get the fans to take a look at our beautiful faces and see what we get to look at each and every single week. But your final score, once again, Eastview 28, Bastrop 21. Bastrop falls to 0-4 in District 13 5A standings. Eastview will up their record to 3-1 in district.
District, yeah, absolutely. So, and that brings them overall to a 500 record at 3-3.
Of course, Eastview losing the first 2 games of the season against Killeen and Harker Heights, respectively. Both of those games on the road, and both of those games, too, very formidable 6A schools. But Eastview has more than handled their load here playing the other 5A schools.
Yes, they have. They've done very well. Probably should be 4-0 in district right now, with that lone exception to Brenham. Some self-inflicted wounds in that game. Pick 6 that cost them the game. A couple of mixed extra points that didn't get in, and a failed 2-point conversion cost them big time.
Well, not as many mistakes this week by the Eastview Patriots. A quick recap of the scoring: Bastrop struck blood first. About 7:36 with 7:36 remaining in the first quarter, about midway through the first quarter, actually. Thompson, the running back, scored from 31 yards out. That was the longest touchdown run of the night by either team, as Bastrop took a 7-0 lead into the first quarter. Eastview, on their first offensive series of the ball game, immediately scored after about 2 minutes. It was a Marion Brooks from 5 yards out, tying the ball game up at 7 apiece. And then later on in the first quarter, Michael Sedgwick, on a sweep from 6 yards out, got into the end zone.
Right.
That gave Eastview the 14-7 lead. Not a lot happened in the second quarter outside of Bastrop missing a field goal from 33 yards out. Their first of 2 missed field goals on the evening. Third quarter started out with Eastview having a bit of a mental error. They treated the kickoff return like a punt, and Bastrop was able to pick up the ball and recover, and they scored right there. It was 27 yards out. Aiden Barger tying the ball game up at 14 apiece. About midway through the third quarter was when Bastrop quarterback Mauser fumbled the ball. Eastview recovered, and that was followed up by a Marion Brooks knocking it into the end zone for his second touchdown score of the evening. Ultimately, Marion Brooks had 3 touchdown runs on this evening. Eastview led it 21-14 at the end of the third quarter. Of course, Bastrop ended the third quarter missing a 31-yard field goal, so their second missed field goal of the evening. And then they started out the fourth quarter right. 5 seconds in, as Jalen Cavazzo scored on a touchdown catch, the only touchdown catch and pass of the evening for either team. 28 yards out, that tied the ball game up at 21 apiece. And then, of course, Eastview, Marion Brooks scoring from 8 yards out with 1:56 to go in the ball game. And then the Tyler Wagner interception, Eastview's second defensive takeaway of the evening, sealed the 28-21 victory and sealed Eastview bumping their standings up in District 13-5A.
Right. You know, the one thing that we can say about this, this was a hard-fought football game, Travis. Both teams came to play tonight, and they had their hands full of each other. A lot of grittiness out there. You saw some unsportsmanlike penalties being called. Just a very hard-fought football game. But the one thing that you're seeing from this team is they do not give up. You know, even when they get down, they get behind the 8 ball a little bit, momentum's going against them. They continue to claw and they continue to fight, and that's the resiliency that Coach Feacock and his staff have placed into these guys, and they've bought into it, and they're a bunch of scrappy young men that get out there and play what Jim Wacker used to call when he was coaching TCU is smash mouth football. You know, you get out there, it's just part of it, and they're ingraining it into these guys, and it's fun to watch.
And Coach Feacock, he establishes goals for every game. And the last couple of weeks, his goals have been, let's establish the running game. Let's get some takeaways on defense. The Patriots did both tonight for the second week in a row.
Yeah, they really have. And then they're playing good football. You know, a couple of mental mistakes that were made tonight that they'll work on this week and get corrected and get ready for Rouse after the bye week next week, Travis, because they're going to have their hands full with Rouse. You know, they got a good quality team over there in Leander, and it's going to be a ball game.
Indeed, and they'll have the bye week to get their players fully rested and recovered. I think that's going to be the most exciting part for the coaching staff is they have an opportunity to bring a 100% healthy roster into Bible Stadium in 2 weeks to take on Rouse, who currently before this evening, they were they were tied for first place in the district with Brenham. We'll check Twitter real quick to see if there are any score updates on those ball games. Brenham did defeat Connolly by a score of 41-0, so Brenham will at least maintain a share of first place in District 13-5A following this evening. And that is the only updated score I have received. The last
What
score.
was that other score with Elgin? It was, 45 minutes ago, though. So
yeah.
It's a dated score.
Glenn 22, Elgin 14. That was an hour ago at halftime.
Right.
We will try to get the updated score on that one. And then the last I saw, Cedar Creek was losing to Glenn.
Or Rouse.
Or Rouse. My apologies. So, yeah. If all things stand, at least, Eastview will go into the bye week next week, and then in 2 weeks they have a chance to really up their standings and knock a team above them down the standings.
Right. So, you know, you're getting into the tail end. You've got 3 games left. You've got the 2 Leander schools in Glen and Rouse and Pflugerville Connolly to round out the season. So you've got 4 games in district, you know, taken care of, and you've come out 3-1 so far in district. So, you know, you control your own fate going forward here. So you got to play smart heads-up football, and I know Coach Feacock and his staff are going to have these guys ready to go. It's going to be exciting.
It will indeed. Again, bye week next week for the Patriots. We urge you to check out some of the other exciting football action next Friday night here on SHNSports.com and the SHN Sports Network. As for us, we will see you again 2 weeks from tonight at AC Bible Stadium over in Leander. Kickoff currently set for 7 p.m., and we will be going live about 10 minutes before that, maybe 15 minutes before that, depending on how all our technology works out and everything. Bible can be a tricky stadium for technical issues and stuff.
Right. Yeah. It'll be my first time there. So.
You're a little bit of behind-the-scenes coverage here on SHN Sports. Any final thoughts before we head out of here, Michael?
Well, I think we've pretty much covered it, Travis. Just a gritty bunch of guys that's fun to watch, and it's good football.
Well, with that, he's Michael Francis. I'm Travis Banks. We thank you again for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. We will see you again in 2 weeks for Rouse versus Eastview live from Leander, Texas. Until then, have a safe weekend. Have a happy Halloween. Stay safe, whatever you do. And with that, again, your final score, Eastview 28, Bastrop 21. We'll see you in 2 weeks. So long from the Lone Star State.